What's good, guys? Fantasy Joe back here with another mock draft. Today, we're doing a 2 QB mock draft from the 106 half point PPR. 2 QBs, 2 wide receiver, 2 running back, 1 flex. Let's get into it. If you guys are new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button, hit that like button on the video, helps us out. Hit that. Leave any questions or comments in the comment section down below, and I'll respond as always. So let's hop into this mock, see who we can lock in. Okay, so we started off Pat Mahomes, Christian McCaffrey, Josh Allen, Dalvin Cook, Tyreek Hill. So let's take a look at quick QBs are still available. So we got Kyler, Lamar, Dak. I really like I like all three of those this year. Really like Kyler and Dak. Taking a look at the running backs. Honestly, I think I'm gonna take Kyler here with that rushing upside that he brings you. Thought I was going to think about Dak really hard there, but honestly, with the rushing upside that Coward brings is a tiebreaker to me. So I'll take him. Ooh, Russ is still out there. I'd be very interested to take him. Honestly, I'm going to take between Eckler or Akers here. Lock up my RB1 spot. I feel like Eckler's safer. Cam Akers has the upside. I'm going to take Cam Akers. Lock him in as my RB1. He has a chance to be the guy for the Rams. We see how good Todd Gurley was when he was the guy for that role. I just think the upside is so ridiculous. I'm going to take him. All right. Thought about taking Russ there. Passed on him. Russ went. Herbert went. Rodgers is still out there. He'd be a very interesting pick. I'm going to try to get Brady or Tannehill as my RB2 or as my QB2 is what I'm thinking. Let's take a look. Michael Thomas still out there as wide receivers. Kittle's pretty enticing. Don't love any of these. You know what? I do. I'll take Clyde here. I think he has crazy upside in this Chiefs offense. Him and Cam, riskier players, but if they hit, they could hit big, and I could win the league. And I'm not afraid. I feel like too many people draft. Just try not to come in last. There's one team that wins your fantasy league. You might as well be the team that comes in first. You're not playing for second. You're not playing for third. If you're not first, you're last. Ricky Bobby. So I'm going to take Clyde here. And, yeah, not worried about it. I feel like I love Kyler, Cam, Clyde as my first three talented players. And now, so Tom Brady was taken. Kittle went. Tannehill's still out there. I'm going to lock in Tannehill, lock up that QB2. Really like the talent that he has. Rushing ability as well. It's not as much as Kyler, but rushed 7 touchdowns in last year. That's probably won't do as many this year, just statistically, but that's some good upside for sure. And obviously they had Julio Jones this year in free agency. That's going to make a nice difference for them. So let's take it to look. I'll take Amari Cooper here. Love getting him in the 4th round of normal drafts. If I can get him in the 5th round of this draft, my wide receiver 1, I absolutely love it. Especially blocking up both my QBs and RBs early and getting studs at those 4 spots, and then being able to snag a wide receiver like Amari Cooper. I really like that start. So let's see. Deontay Johnson's still out there. I like him a lot. Ooh. But Tyler Lockett's still out there. I really like Tyler Lockett this year. Think he could be a big-time difference maker. Last year's wide receiver 1, sure he wasn't super consistent, but if you're getting a wide receiver 1, I don't really care how consistent he is exactly as long as I get that locked into my team. And I feel like, maybe he had that monster game last year that locked him in as a wide receiver 1. But, maybe that's spread over a little bit more this year than it was in those previous years. Okay, so Travis Etienne. There's still some running backs out there I like. I'm going to take Jamar Chase here, though. Really like him for this upcoming season. I'm going to see if I can get a running back in the next round that I really like. Let's see who all gets taken. Okay, so the running back I think I wanted to make it back to me. Yes, I wanted Mostert. He is still there. Let's take him, lock him in. A lot of wide receivers want the board in that last round. Quarterbacks are starting to get thin. I would like to grab a 3rd at some point. I'm going to have bye weeks, obviously. I've said this again, I think every QB mock draft we've done, every 2 QB mock, but I really do love the upside that Jameis gives you in these late rounds. That rushing ability, not rushing ability, excuse me, talking about Jameis. But, he threw for 5,000 yards in that Bucs offense. I just think Sean Payton can learn from Drew Brees. I don't think he's going to be great, but every time he's been on the field, basically, he's produced for fantasy. And I think that he could be a little bit better this year. He's obviously at the LASIK. Not saying he's going to start seeing all of a sudden or something, but I'll take Damien Harris here, though. Just love that value. I think he is the running back one for the New England Patriots, and I think there's a chance that Mac Jones is starting quarterback for that team, which could open up a lot of rushing touchdown upside for him potentially. So I like taking him there. Jameis is still out there. I'm going to snag Jameis as my third quarterback. Just give me that upside. Yeah, I'm going to take him. Really like the team so far. I feel like I've got good. Jameis could not be the starter. Might not even be the starter in New Orleans, but if he is, I think he's a really solid QB3. And I love that I've got Cooper, Lockett, Chase, and then I have Akers, Edwards-Helaire, Mostert, and Harris. I love those. The depth I have at all those positions. Honestly, I feel like I've got a well-balanced team. So let's take a what wide receivers are available. Mike Williams is still out there. I've been drafting Mike Williams everywhere. Love the upside he provides now that he's hooked up with Justin Herbert. And Herbert's such a good deep ball thrower. He's a great deep ball catcher, obviously a catcher. He's a great receiver and great at jump balls, that type of situation. Probably the best jump ball receiver in the league, honestly, for my money. So love the talent there. Had 10 touchdowns. We've seen him do 1,000 yards as well. I think he can put the both together and have a monster season potentially. Taking a look, another thing I really like doing, I like taking a shot on this Buffalo Bills backfield. I'll take Singletary here. I think Moss will probably be worth a little bit more fantasy-wise, but I think there's a good chance, one of them goes down. They're on a pretty monster offense. They don't get a ton of volume, but as long as your offense is that good, there's going to be touchdown upside, and they're going to run the ball eventually. So you'll get some carries from him. I'm not a huge handcuff guy, but when I took when I took Cam Akers as my first RB, I definitely was one of the riskier picks. I'll take Darrell Henderson. Hopefully it's not a split backfield, but hopefully if Akers gets to work and if he goes down, I have Henderson sitting on my bench. So like that pick there. Let's go see if there's any good wide receivers still out there. Beasley is still out there. I'll take him all day. Second team All-Pro last year, attached to a great offense, is that slot receiver. Don't love that Emmanuel Sanders came there for him, but I don't think it's going to hurt him too much. He was very good last year. And I'll take Tyler Higbee here. Gerald Everett left that offense. He offers a lot more upside now. We saw how good he was when Gerald Everett missed games. I think he's a little bit of a post-hype sleeper. Said it once, said it again. And then I'll snag Henry Ruggs because of these late rounds. You're looking for upside. I think Ruggs has more upside. I think John Brown's a little safer. But let's swing for the fences and snag him there. And then we can take a look at the team here. So at QB, we got Kyler Murray, Ryan Tannehill. We got Cam Akers, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, Amari Cooper, Tyler Lockett, Tyler Higbee, Jamar Chase in that flex spot, Raheem Mostert, Damian Harris, Jameis Winston, Mike Williams, Devin Singletary, Darrell Henderson, Cole Beasley, and Henry Ruggs the third to round it out. Really like the team. Like I said, I feel like I've got two great quarterbacks. I feel like I've got good depth at the running back and wide receiver position. One of my favorite two QB teams I've mocked, honestly. I think this is a really good thing to look at, especially if you're drafting from one of those middle spots as well. If you guys made it to this point in the video, please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button down below to stick around for more 2 QB mocks, more regular mocks, more dynasty talk, more redraft, everything fantasy football coming your way. If you have any questions or comments, leave them in the comment section down below, and I'll respond as always. Until next time, this is Fantasy Joe. See you.